Welcome to our homestead, Native Berry Farm. I'm Kinsey.
And I'm Kyle.
And we're doing our first video to show you around the homestead, kind of what we've built so far, some chores that we do every day, a little garden tour. But a little bit about us. We have 3 kids, so we're filming while the kids are asleep before they wake up.
Hopefully asleep.
And Kyle works full-time as a software engineer. He used to work in Seattle. His commute was
3 hours.
Yeah, and so with COVID, he's home full-time now, working remotely, so we're balancing life at home and full-time work and building our homestead all at the same time. And we've been married 8 years.
Not quite.
Almost 8 years, and tomorrow. Tomorrow. So let's show you around the farm. Good morning. Good morning, ladies. Hi, sweet Simone. Hi. Good girl. Good girl. Give her a good brush down. Less hair getting everywhere. I use baby wipes to wipe off my hands and clean her up. She's nice and full.
So what are you doing right now? Why did you squirt some out?
Yeah, so I squirt out a few squirts because that's where all the bacteria is. I did wipe her off, but the milk just kind of clears out any bacteria that's in that first part of the udder. So I just squirt it on the ground next to me and then start milking into the bucket. So, what are our plans for the farm these days?
I want bees to get into honey. But
Yeah, Kyle's always wanted to be a beekeeper.
which is strange because I'm allergic to bees.
Yeah,
But
she's really full on this side.
the left side is usually more full.
Yeah.
You got me.
Sorry about that. Hazardous sitting so close.
That's what I want to do next, though. What are you?
The bees is what you want to do next?
Yeah, I want bees.
Yeah. I'm just really focused on gardening. I want to clear more space. We have just all these trees that are so close to the house. We had plans all set up to clear a good portion of it, but with I see him spraying milk everywhere. With COVID, the county couldn't get out and do their site
evaluation.
Yeah, their site evaluations for our permits. We have to get a permit, and so that's been a long process, and they're way behind. So we can't clear any land until we get that permit done, which might have been a blessing because it's been a hot summer this year, and the trees around us really keep it nice and shaded and cool for the animals and for us. But it makes everything grow really slow, and I need more room to garden, and if we have bees, we want to grow more flowers. We just need sunshine and space, and that is hard to find in the forest. She's kind of shivery this morning.
She doesn't like it when we're both out.
Yeah, she likes just one person at a time.
She likes an intimate milking.
Yeah, be a good girl, okay? No, we're talking too much. This isn't how we usually do it. This is usually our peaceful, quiet time. We try to get out here before the kids wake up. Doesn't always happen, but
It usually doesn't.
yeah. I wasn't sure when we bred Snow. I wasn't sure if I actually would milk her or if I would just let her baby have all the milk. But then with Kyle being home working remotely for COVID, that it made it possible that I could come out and milk when he kind of held down the fort inside in the mornings. And so, yeah, all day we just kind of juggle it all and balance back and forth when he works, when I run an errand, and we don't bring the kids anywhere anymore, so just a big balancing act.
It's been weird.
She's starting to produce a lot less as her baby gets older.
Yeah, we were getting almost 3 cups at one point.
And now...
I feel like it's a cup and a half.
Yeah. On average, it was about a half a quart a day. And we could have milked her, morning and night, and maybe she would have made more, but this is just what fit in our schedule, was in the morning. Separate them at night and milk her in the morning. And our doeling is just so healthy. She's big, she's strong, she's healthy, and I really like having a dam-raised baby instead of bottle babies.
Which Jack and Belle are...
Yeah, Jack and Belle are bottle babies, and they don't know how to be goats. They struggle with personal space. They're just kind of like all over and nibbling, and I just don't love their personalities as much. And Pepper, Snow's doeling, is just such a good mix. She knows, how to be a goat and fits in well with the herd. She's very respectful of space, but she's also, because we spent so much time with her, really sweet and snuggly and just the sweetest little doe.
So who's pregnant right now?
Carmel is pregnant. We haven't done a blood test to confirm it, but there was a successful breeding, and she has not gone into heat since, and her heat cycles are really obvious. Usually she'll stand at the fence and scream for 2 or 3 days for a man. Give me a man. I want babies. So she's very happy. She likes to be a mama, which is why she's such a good babysitter at night when we put Pepper in there with her. Hey, I'm actually making it up to the level of the strainer, which means she made a little bit more today.
We put them up a little bit last night.
Yeah, the key is to put Pepper up before 8 o'clock, really. Like 6:30 or 7 is ideal, and that just gives more time for her udder to fill up. But she felt nice and full this morning, and if I weren't spilling milk everywhere and making
It's a little hard to concentrate talking and...
Yeah, and she usually isn't this jittery, because we're both here, we're talking. It's weird, but it's nice to be getting this much milk again. I just don't like having just one doe in milk, because you come out here and get everything all set up just for 2 cups of milk, whereas if you had 2 or 3 does, it's just kind of more worth the time of coming out and milking. You get enough to make cheese and yogurt, and this, half a quart a day is just perfect enough to give my older kids, my 2 older girls, raw milk to drink, and they just love raw goat milk. It tastes just like cow's milk. Cause,
it tastes better.
Yeah, Nigerian dwarf goats were actually bred for their milk to taste just like cow's milk. Some people, ask that question that, do you actually want to drink goat's milk? And so they think of that really bucky flavor, that goat's milk from the store. But this milk is actually, we've had people try it and say they really couldn't tell the difference. It's the best milk. And my kids love it, so good job, Snow. I'll let Pepper out to get to her mama.
Who installed those lights for you?
My husband made these lights for me. I will stay out.
There's Pepper running to get her mama. Hello, chickies. They're not really chickies anymore. They're getting big.
There they are.
Let's let them out. This is the run we built. We still need to put a roof on it. I finally got the hardware cloth for that. And then we're going to build the same thing but on the other side, since we have a double-sided coop. Oh yeah, film this. Eventually the point is to keep the barred rocks
They just ran right out.
and the reds separate, but right now we're kind of just
You got her.
Success.
So here's our forest back here, 4 acres of it. We built a gate this weekend, and then we'll put electric fence all the way around and move the goats to it so they'll clear it, and this will someday be my garden, and then we'll move the animals back even further and build them a new barn and everything, because they're up at the front right now a little close to the house, so I'm really excited to move them back soon. Welcome to our little garden. Each level is about 6 feet wide. And we have 3 levels. The bottom one we just added this spring. It's 6 by 24, so it added a lot more space, but still kind of a smaller garden. I have the rose bushes all along here that kind of shade in the evening, and we have some big trees all around us, so it stays pretty shady until pretty late in the morning. So you'll see my plants are growing pretty slowly, a mix of not enough light and kind of poor soil. I've started adding some of our homemade compost. You can kind of see the difference here. The mulch kind of keeps the weeds down, but here's a little darker finished compost that we finally got. It took a long time. But I didn't fertilize this year or really amend the soil enough, so we're just kind of focused on building the chicken coop. But this is what we have. So I have lettuce here and cauliflower. This one's actually starting to form a bit of a head, which is exciting for our first cauliflower. We don't know what this is. It popped up and we pretend that it's a sunflower. We'll see what happens. And we have lots of peas. They're doing really good. I did the Black Kim tomatoes up here and the Golden Jubilee down here. We added this fence for them to climb up. This is usually how high I set expectations for myself, and this is about how far I get. I have little peppers over here that are starting to grow finally, but I don't know if they have enough time. It just hasn't been quite hot enough, but they're teeny tiny and it looks like something took a bite out of them. And then just back here I have my zucchini, and I have a golden zucchini. It was my mystery squash. It just sprouted up there from seeds that were left over from a couple years ago. And I think it's a golden zucchini. And my radishes are getting far enough along that I can say I let them go to seed on purpose. You can see all the seed pods on here. But that's about it. I have some sunflowers mixed in that I'm hoping will bloom before the end of October. And that is about it. So just lessons learned in our garden is amending the soil, doing more compost, and trying to clear up some light, get some trees down, some bushes around, get some more sunlight so that my plants grow faster. Thanks so much for following along with our little homestead tour and just welcoming you to the farm this morning. It was fun to just kind of show what we do and our morning chores. We should probably run in and make sure the kids are fine and still
okay.
Yeah. But next time we'll have to do a chicken coop tour or something, a full tour, and show some more of what's going on with the chicken coop.
I'm very proud of that coop. I've put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, it looks great so far, but it's really like halfway done, 3/4 done.
3/4.
Yeah,
3/4.
Yeah, we'll get there. But thanks so much, and we will see you next time.